Hi guys! Today is Tuesday, October 21st, and today is going to be all about food and diet and that sort of thing. You're just stopping by, or I just popped up in your FYP, and my name is Michelle, and I have breast cancer, and I'm sharing my journey with everyone here, excuse me, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. So today I wanted to talk about, first of all, I want to say I'm actually feeling much better today than I was the last video that I posted. I had my first chemo last Monday, as many of you know. First few days went great, and then Thursday, Friday hit me like a wall. I hit a wall. I knew how to describe it. But it's been a pretty difficult last, let's call it 4 days. Just achy and I had an appetite, but like nauseous on Friday. Took some medicine that worked. The IV stuff had worn off. Just achy all over. Not sleeping well. Feeling like I had a rock in my stomach. Very tired, very fatigued, pretty weak, pretty just all over. And I've described it several times where it feels like I just kind of had a flu, which is kind of what it felt like, but there was no temperature or anything like that. I also seemed to have lost my voice in this whole shenanigans, so I sound a little strained today, as I have for the past 3 or 4 days. Haven't had any vomiting, so it's certainly not from that. I think it's just fatigue for somehow. But today I am definitely feeling better. I actually yesterday went back to work. Technically, I went in for about an hour, sorted out some things, grabbed some things, came and worked from home for a little bit. Didn't really get too much. My stomach is still just not quite 100%. Today I was able to continue working from home, and I did so for a bunch of hours today. Not a full day for sure, but more than I did yesterday. So we're getting there. Tomorrow I do need to go into the office for a little bit to take care of some things there, and then also collect more work to do possibly from home. But I am certainly feeling much better. I have much more energy. I'm much more focused. I'm not nearly as achy. I can't really say for sure that I've been sleeping. Maybe I'm sleeping a little bit better, but I did still wake up several times in the night to go to the bathroom because I'm drinking 4,000 gallons of water every day. Water and other beverages. I treated myself to a case of various ginger ale flavors, which I'm very excited about. Because I love ginger ale. Not everybody does, but I do. Anyway, but yeah, so what I really wanted to talk about was my kind of everything that's going on, like with my eating and with my palate and my mouth. So I know I had shared the day after treatment that I felt like my teeth were growing, and that was, I believe, due to the bone marrow generating injection that I had gotten. That's stopped, so my teeth feel normal, my eyes feel back to normal, so everything feels normal that way. But what I do have is my tongue and my mouth is tingly. So like just constantly tingly, like if you've ever, if you eaten like food that was way too spicy for you, or that it was just too hot, like right out of the microwave, you got one of those hot pockets and you bit into it and that lava just spilled everywhere and your mouth was burnt. That's kind of what I feel like for just constantly. So that's an interesting experience. Or if you've ever had like plumping lipstick, the little tingling that you get from the plumping lip, that's what I feel like all the time. So that's interesting. They did warn me that my taste palette might change, that different flavors would taste different to me, and that is definitely the case. I don't know if that's going to go away or if that's just going to be how things are during the whole treatment process. I guess I'll find out when I go back in for my follow-up next week. But yeah, so definitely changed. Specifically, everything I eat tastes like salt, just like a spoonful of salt, or it has virtually no flavor at all. Sweet things, I can taste sweet things. So like chocolate I can taste, so that's good. Nutella seems to taste fine, that's good. Both treats I love. I treated myself to a bunch of different berries. So I got blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. Figured I'd make myself a nice high antioxidant fruit snack. And I also love making homemade whipped cream. It's so simple. Look up a recipe. It's one of the simplest things you could ever make, and it's so delicious. So I've been having like a little bowl of this fruit with the homemade whipped cream a couple of nights over the last few nights. And while it tastes good, while it tastes okay, it doesn't taste good. It's kind of I can't quite pinpoint what it tastes like. It doesn't taste salty. Like I've had chicken where there was literally no salt on it and it just tasted like solidified salt. This doesn't taste like that. It just kind of tastes like maybe the berries are off, but I know it's not the berries because it's all of the berries kind of taste the same way. So yeah, so it's interesting. It's really a very fascinating experience to go through all this. So I guess that's kind of one way that I'm looking at this whole thing is I'm really just trying to experience it, trying to ingest, pardon the food pun, but the whole thing and really feel what I'm feeling and try to like identify and understand what it is I'm feeling and how it's different than what I would normally feel. This is hopefully a once in a lifetime thing that I'm going through, and not that it's a once in a lifetime good thing, but it is it's a life-changing experience, and I think I would be doing myself an injustice if I didn't actually properly experience it. So I'm really trying to, and that's part of why I'm also doing these videos to share with you guys so that you can it helps me kind of process and understand and again, pardon the food pun, and regurgitate everything back out to you. They're just coming naturally today. I don't know why. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about the salt and that. And I did get a couple. Where did I put them? A couple of pamphlets when I was in there for treatment. A nutritionist came in and spoke to me and gave me 2 pretty detailed pamphlets that go into. One of them goes into just kind of general good ways to look at diet in the first place, but then it specifically branches out and it talks about what to do while you're undergoing treatment. This other pamphlet is really pretty interesting. This was something put together by the hospital itself, and it actually on various pages, I'm not going to read it all to you at all, but it specifically says like if you are, because there are so many diverse side effects that people can have, and you don't really know what side effect you're going to have. You could have one, you could have none, you could have all of them, you could have vomiting, diarrhea, constant, but whatever it is. So this actually is interesting because it breaks it down and it says how you could also have decreased appetite. That has not been my problem. I am eating like gangbusters, so that's not my issue. But it's how should I eat if I have a decreased appetite and have lost weight? How should I eat if I feel quickly after eating? How should I eat if I have nausea, vomiting? How should I eat if I have diarrhea or constipation? And then it breaks out each of those things individually, because obviously if you're having diarrhea, it's different than if you're having constipation. How should I eat if I have thick saliva? That now I'm feeling the saliva in my mouth, but I think my saliva is fine. How should I eat if I have trouble swallowing? How should I eat if I have a sore mouth, tongue, or throat? How should I eat if my mouth is dry? If my sense of taste or smell changes? If I often feel tired? If I gain weight? What are some other dietary suggestions? So it's really pretty robust, the information that they give you. And the nutrition did make herself available to me. If I had any questions, I could reach out. So a couple of things of note that I don't think I mentioned, but when I was in the treatment facility, the nutritionist came in and gave me all this, and she talked, we talked for quite some time, and she kind of went over some of the highlights of things, and a couple of the things kind of stood out. And the main reason for both of these is to reduce the amount of potential bacteria that could get into your system. So, number one, if you're going to eat a steak, it has to be well done. Guess I'm not eating steak for 6 months. Who can eat a well done steak? I can get away with medium, but it really should be medium rare. And no cold cuts, because I guess there's a high likelihood of like bacteria and other things getting in there. And in general, as I was kind of listening to her talk and reading through some of the information, it made me think about a couple of my friends that had gotten pregnant and got a guideline from their oncologist, oh my god, their OBGYN, about what they can and can't eat. And I think it's a very similar dietary plan where you have to stay within certain realms, and you can't, you want to stay away from those foods that are high, high processed foods, obviously. Stay away from cold cuts, red meat. They did say that I can drink coffee. I do need to drink a lot of water, which I have been, as I've said. I'm allowed to drink coffee. Really want to keep it to 1 to 2 cups a day, but I'll tell you, I've made myself 1 cup of coffee since I had treatment. I barely drank half of it, and it tasted good. I actually could taste it, but I didn't have a stomach for it. I just didn't. So, and I have this brand new coffee maker that my brother got me, and I really want to use it. So hopefully I'll be able to use that soon. Another thing is alcohol. They tell you, they tell you, they do suggest that you don't drink alcohol, but they don't say that you can't drink it in general. But again, that's something that you want to keep to a minimum one glass if you're going to drink anything. Same thing as coffee. I just don't want it. I just don't feel for any of it. So several of my friends have, since I've been public and chatting with this about to many people, have given me suggestions of things to do, and one of the high topics is to eat keto. Eat a keto diet as best as you can. So staying away from carbs, staying away from sugar, staying away from all of those things, and just eating, it should be high protein. High protein is definitely recommended for cancer, really for most diets. I don't know if the keto thing is going to work for me. I don't feel like that's going to be a real good option, because I do have some things that I can't eat in general that I do have an allergy to, things I don't like in general, and sticking within a keto diet really does limit me a lot, and I know for a fact I wouldn't be getting the nutrition that I need to get. So for me, it's just a matter, I'm going to try to stay as non-processed as possible. I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not, but that's going to be that's the goal for me. That's why I'm adding the fruit. I had gotten salad. I have some chicken. I have all these different kinds of things that I'm throwing in there. This is going to be a long video today, and I'm so sorry, because I've been doing like 3-minute ones for the past few. Something else that's interesting. So I know I had mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but I kind of skimmed over it. Prior to the cancer diagnosis earlier in the year, I had started doing a GLP-1 shot to lose weight. I was very, very heavy. I had an accident last year, and it really impacted my ability to move and to get any sort of legitimate exercise. It impacted my motivation to do any of that. So I was truly at my heaviest, and I was unhealthy. I was unhealthy because I was going to be unhealthy. I still, luckily, I didn't hit any diabetic markers. My blood work was all fine. My heart was all fine. My cholesterol was all fine. All the things you would expect from being overweight, like I was and like I am. But I just needed that extra push to get me down to a certain point where I would feel physically comfortable to exercise again. So after working with my doctor, I decided to go on one of the GLP-1s, and I did actually lose almost 35 pounds in, I think it was 4 months, something like that, which is crazy. It's amazing. When now with all of this, I have not been doing those shots. You just can't. You can't do those shots and be on chemotherapy. So obviously the weight is a concern of mine, because I do want to keep losing weight. I don't want to be where I am. I need to, at this point, I still need to lose probably 50 to 60 pounds to be at a healthy weight for my height. So yeah, not being able to do the shot has been a concern. But weight loss is a common side effect of chemo. So on the upside of things, since last Monday, I have lost almost 7 pounds. Depending on which scale I use and what time of day I'm on the scale, it's about between 5 and 7 pounds. So I suppose I'm still on the right track. Wrong reason, wrong way to get there, but I'm still on the right track. Even though I'm telling you my appetite is nuts. I'm eating so much. Okay. So I think that I have like a little list here. I keep checking my list today. I think that just about covers everything I wanted to talk about. But today I have a little song treat for you, and I'm so sorry this is such a long video, but this is a good one. I think you're going to appreciate this. Hopefully you'll recognize the song. I don't think you'll recognize the lyrics. I will put those in the comments for you because I wrote them myself, these lyrics, to a song by O-Town. A song by O-Town called All or Nothing. Ready? Here we go. 'Cause I taste salt or nothing at all. My taste buds have stalled when I eat my food. Now it's sea or paper. I taste salt or nothing at all. My taste buds have stalled when I eat my food. Now it's sea or paper, 'cause I taste salt. And that's it. Just a little silly nugget for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Again, sorry for it being so long. Makes up for the other short ones. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.